Henry, host of The Writer's Voice, and my guest today is Saralyn Richard, and she is going to talk about her books. She writes mysteries. She's written 2 in a series. Her latest is a standalone. She's also written a children's book, and we're going to talk about comparisons and contrasting today. And first, though, let me introduce you to Saralyn. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great and so happy to be with you today.
Well, happy to have you. Now, why don't you hold up that book cover for your most recent book, A Murder of Principle. I love the fact that it matches your blouse. Color coordination is so important. So that's your most recent book, and that's a standalone. Why don't you tell us briefly about that?
Okay. This takes place in a school. You can see the old school there. And Maverick principal has been hired to come in and shake things up because this is the beginning of the accountability movement. And even though everybody who works there thinks it's a fabulous place and that they're so effective, the test scores say otherwise. So
later, but start with setting and tell us how you've done settings completely different. And you embrace both of them, but you see things from different perspectives.
Well, my settings run the gamut because the school that I just told you about, Lincoln High School, is an urban high school. It's in the Midwest, and it's in a very disadvantaged neighborhood. The people who live there are extremely impoverished. My series books that include Murder in the 1%, and A Palette for Love and Murder. They're set in Brandywine Valley, Pennsylvania, which is one of the richest communities in America. So it's been really fun to write about people at both ends of the spectrum, because as different as they are, as different as their lives are, there are so many similarities as well. Because people are people.
Yeah, and if you're on an outsider, I'm thinking you looking from the outside in, you can be objective as well.
And my detective in the series, Detective Parrott, is also an outsider. And that's what makes him so effective as a detective.
Now, one of the things I'm really fascinated about is you mentioned to me that when it comes to your creative writing, you've taught creative writing at the high school level, and you're teaching it now to seniors. And that just fascinates me. So
when you are a writer and you're teaching creative writing, it's just the whole experience is it's kind of like bubbles up within you because you're a creative person as well.
Hold that most recent book up again so people can see, A Murder of Principle. I thank you so much for visiting with me today. Very, very interesting topics. Maybe we'll have you back and maybe you can give us some more information and share more details about how successful you're being with that creative writing. Because again,
thank you, Linda.
Sure, you can find her on her website at saralynrichard.com, and A Murder of Principle is her most recent book. We'll be talking to you again, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.